Yes, this is the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. I'll prove this message nationwide. Scene Down to Earth podcast. And we have a special guest tonight, returning, in fact. You know what I mean? The CEO of Easy Street Music. You know what I mean? The one and only
Big Phil, what you saying,
Big
brother? What
Phil.
you saying?
What's good? What's good, fellas?
Yeah, man, we're doing good, man. Just
Good, man.
partying all day. We're playing basketball earlier,
Yeah,
Weather's
man.
Oh,
better,
okay.
a little bit
Mm.
better weather.
Yeah, that's
Everybody,
one of my favorite sports, but I can't. I'm getting old, so I leave it to the young fellas.
yeah. Yo, so how's it been? I see that you've been still like working with artists, like you're not non-stop, like really helping the artists still, like, showcasing them, making them
Yeah,
like interviews, performing, like still working.
yeah, man. It's nonstop. It's nonstop. Yeah, I still got my artists, and I'm actually managing some other artists. Um, so it's pretty good. We working,
Yeah, man.
steady working. So.
I like to see that. Like you have like how much artists right now? Like you're like helping right now.
Right now, I have my artist, which is Tay Hustle,
Yeah,
Jakari,
yeah.
James White. And then we just did a deal with another guy, Maz Gint, out here.
Hmm.
He has his own label. We distributing him now, so he's going to be a part of us. So we get to the point where we actually helping distribute labels. So we're doing pretty good, man.
So how do you feel like how the music has changed for marketing right now? Like how do you market an artist in, like, like this day and age where it's so saturated with so much music out there right now? Like do you try to find like other venues what's that stereotypically the hip hop venue, like trying to showcase it, just for example, in a country like a more like rural town where they might not like, they like hip hop, but you're not expected. People are not expecting you to showcase the artist there.
Right. Yeah. You know what? Right now, marketing and promotion is crazy because um, it's just all about being seen. You know, they changed the game in the the hip hop where you got to be on social media all the time. You got to be videoing. It's like almost like a day in the life every day.
Yeah,
So what we try to do is we just try to market as far as like local, get your name out in your city first. Because you can't go nowhere else if you're not known in your city.
true.
Promoters from out of town not gonna recognize you if the promoters in town. So we just try to hit different venues,
Yeah,
different podcasts, radio stations. Just try to flood the local market so that the promoters will get you out there to the other promoters. So like for example, we got a show coming up out in Arizona
hmm,
uh, in early August, and that's strictly on the fact that we just been hitting Vegas. We just been, getting on Vegas, trying to make sure we at every show, even if we're not performing. We just mob up and show up at shows, just be like, hey, what's going on? Support other artists, so that when it's our turn, they'll come out for us.
but like I was speaking a long time ago with you about Vegas, I feel like I'm surprised. Like I could see like Vegas to be like one of the next cities to be like marketed with a lot of the artists, because just where it is, right? Like for example, the hockey team, the new hockey team,
Right,
they wanted the championship.
right.
So that alone is like a spotlight, like, investment. You bring a team to Las Vegas, it could win maybe, right?
Yeah, and then what we do is we could just drop two different projects around this time because we knew the Golden Knights were playing in the Stanley Cup. So you just have to be creative in your marketing. You got to be creative in certain things. Kind of tie that into what you're doing. Kind of when you YouTubing or Instagram, and kind of put the Vegas Knights because people are gonna click on it right now because that's what's hot.
Yeah,
So you got to be creative in your marketing.
you're right. 50 was down there watching the game. 50 cents
Exactly.
in the game. So for like hip hop, for example, urban music, it's very interesting to hear like what's coming out of Vegas. that it's that area, that whole where you get me, that just that whole area, because it's like, it's like west, right? It's considered still like west coast,
Right,
west coast, but it's a different part of the west coast. It's like
right.
you always hear about just like California, LA, but there's Las Vegas, and you could imagine the lights, the camera, the action, the boxing, like the whole thing, perfect for music, perfect for anything
You,
with entertainment.
it is. It's just, but just like any city, sometimes we get, you know, I be want us to come together. And just like any city, out there, you got people that, they want to, they don't want to come together. They want to be on top. They want to,
Yeah.
and I kind of want us to come together because I'm like, just like Atlanta, uh, New York, a lot of those cities, they come together, they work with each other to
Hmm.
put each other on. Because if one person get on, you
Yeah.
reach back and do a song with this person, he get on, that person, you try to do that cycle like that. But a lot of people want to be like, oh, I'm the man, I want to be on top. And I'm just like, let's just work together. The money is out there. It's enough money for all of us. Let's just get it together, but
Teamwork.
we work on that. We work on that. I work. I try to reach out to a lot of artists out in Vegas and show love. They show love back. So it's never no hate or nothing like that. But it's just that we got to get more together. Let's do these shows. If I have a show, y'all come out and do. Come out and support. You have a show, I'm gonna come out and support. Not just come out and see my friend and then leave.
Hmm.
If you have local artists, come out and support to the end. Watch all the local artists. You might find somebody you want to work with.
Hmm.
So that's what we're working on now. Just everybody coming together. It's a lot of dope artists out here, other than my artists. Yeah, you got like Wolf Dotson. You got it's a lot of dope artists out here. So
And I can imagine, because right now, like as we're speaking and we're talking about the music business, because this is a perfect example. You're in the music business.
right,
Be in the music business. This is like when people just talk about artists. That's artists, but every artist needs a team to be successful. We know that.
yeah.
No matter what.
But what's funny? It's a lot of artists that think they can do it yourself. They think that they don't want to take constructive criticism. They don't want to. They want to say, "Oh, I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you're the CEO of the label, so you're the boss." And I tell them, "Hey, I'm not nobody boss. We all bosses.
Mhm.
I'm not. I'm not. I don't. We work this thing together. Let's
Mhm.
come together and let's push it out. I'm not anybody boss. So, but you got some people that feels like, oh, I want to do it myself, and then I've had people come back and be like, man, I don't, man, I can't do it. I'm like, yeah, it's easier said than done. You can say you think it's easy, but a lot of people don't recognize the long nights, the staying up late, the being out, the spending your own money. So it's not as easy as people think it is.
Yeah, it's true. Because you have a whole bunch of, like, for example, you have a whole bunch of artists you're helping to, like, promote them so they could get out there, market them, and get like shows and get even other deals. You get, I mean, like whatever
Exactly.
sponsorship is helping. The whole point is it's a team.
And a lot of people think that a lot of times people don't understand that sometimes labels is like it's kind of like a going from high school to college. You might start off with a label and they work with you, and then you move on. I'm a type of person that I don't have a problem with people move on. It's how you move on, but I want you to move on and get bigger. I want you to you know do your thing, get to the spotlight, get to the
Yeah.
bigger deals. That's my job, is to get you from here to here.
Mhm.
I don't want you to be stagnant. I want you to get that, but you got a lot of people that do that and they don't even want to reach back. You get them to a certain plateau and they feel like they got it, then they move on, and they don't even want to reach back and say, hey, you know what? I appreciate the work you did for my career to get it from here to here. But I still do it because I love the music. I love um, the art. I love making music. I love the end product of music. So that's never gonna stop me. But sometimes you do get kind of discouraged, like,
Yeah.
man, I kind of helped you do this, and you don't even want to reach back and maybe do a song with one of my artists. You big now. Just reach back and we don't want no charity. We just
Yeah.
want you to do a song with us.
Yeah. See, this is what it is too, right? I know what you're saying. When there's certain people who are like very good at certain things. So like like I was talking to my brother about like for example a team is like a umbrella for an artist. So someone who's like for example a manager or someone who's good at maybe the PR work like the networking, you have like these different individuals. If they're around you, those are the people you want around you, people who are doing something
Exactly.
what could help you, right? So you have a manager, you have maybe a producer. You know, there's a producer who's always working with you, like he could be your engineer. All of these people help you up. They're your umbrella, so you don't. You got what I mean, like and the list goes on, right?
Right.
Positive people who are doing something around you, like wherever you go, these are the people you have. If you're an artist,
And you need the artists. A lot of the artists now. I was just talking to one of my friends about it. A lot of the artists now get too caught up in the fact that they want it to be like a McDonald's. They want it fast,
yeah,
and they don't understand that it's a lot of artists that's been in the game a long time. Now you just might be seeing them, but
yeah,
they might have been in the game a long time. And
yeah,
it's not like a microwave type of thing. You know, it takes hard work. You can't just do one video and it go viral. Now you make a look up. You know, you might got one or two people to look up and do that. But the majority is you have to put in hard work and do your thing. And that's one thing I still in my artists. Hey, let's keep doing. Even if we put out a hit song, let's keep going. Let's get back to the studio. Let's get back and do the things we need to get done.
but you see what your artist has over a lot of artists. They have an umbrella. They have you. Some people like they want to do it by themselves, and that takes longer. So now, this is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. You have somebody else who's they're mastered in marketing, and they know how to get to like the radio stations. They know how to get to the venues. You don't know to do that. You're just the artist who knows how to write good and probably like sing or rap or whatever. You could be in. You're in the arena, so you know how to perform, right?
Right.
If you not saying you don't try to know some of the business, but you need to be concentrated on your art. So you need somebody else who's mastered in being a manager, for example. Maybe he knows how to manage to get you into opening up for shows, right? This manager knows some famous other, maybe producer or something who hooks
Right.
to go open up for just say 50 cents or something. You get what I mean? You get
Right.
open up with 50 cents because we know him. Like for example, you or me, we got the hookup, right? And you help on
Right.
our get onto that show to open up. What does that do? That's an example. It's who you know too. It's like what
E-
you said.
e- Exactly. And a lot of artists don't understand that. They don't understand that um like I'm not an artist. I'm not a rapper.
Yeah,
So I stay in my lane.
yeah,
Marketing, managing, getting stuff done. And so that's what I tell a lot of artists. I have a lot of young artists that hit me and be like, "Hey, Phil, what should I do?" I'm like, never sign with a with somebody that's the artist. Never sign with a CEO that's the artist because they're focused on their craft, which they supposed to. But when
yeah,
you sign with somebody that's not like me, I don't have to. I don't need all the beats. I don't need all the attention. My focus is to get you out there, get you to that point.
yeah.
So that's one advantage that my artists have too. That I'm not trying to get all the good beats for me. If I get a beat, I'm like, oh, here, I'm giving it to Tay. If we get this, we giving it to Jakari.
Mm.
We give it to James. So, I think that's a good thing too. That I'm not in the game, so I'm not fighting for that attention.
Yeah, I see what I mean. Like you could concentrate on all of them, just them.
Exactly.
No, and it's interesting that you say that because like a CEO or what like Jay-Z, Sean Carter, I kind of find that the same thing. Like even though there's good artists that came from him, similar. Like he has J. Cole, a lot of people don't realize that. And
Right.
Kanye, but Kanye kind of broke off himself afterward. That's right. But he always
Right.
made sure that he shined the most, even when
Exactly.
Kanye done what's called what album was that? The Crown. What was it again? They done a double album or something. Kanye West
So
said,
then yeah, I know. I forgot the name of it, but
"Watch the Crown, watch the Crown, or the
right.
Crown." Right? He kind of still was like outshining Kanye.
Exactly.
As big as Kanye is, he still outshine him. Right? So
Well, because you have to look at it. If I'm an artist, if I get a dope beat from a producer, then I want that beat because I like the beat. And then if this producer is pretty good, I'm gonna kind of store him away a little bit so he can keep giving me all the good beats so I can do my thing. Well, when you look at me, I'm not a rapper, so I meet a lot of producers and they're like, "Oh, Phil, check this beat out. Oh, that's dope. Maybe my artist Tay can rap on it." You know what I'm saying? I give it to him, he kill a beat. Now they create a relationship, and that's how it's happened sometimes. Well, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sing you to this person. They get together, like, oh, okay, magic. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not competing with them.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when a CEO is a rapper, you kind of competing because I'm a rapper too, so that's still my craft. So now let's compete. I don't think you should compete with your artist. Like, my job is to get you out there.
What do you think about a lot of the art? A lot of these rappers getting locked up for all these like being associated with the wrong crowd, the wrong energy.
Because you got people, you got people that wanna. Like, I come from the street. I'm from the west side of Chicago, right? I come from the street. And if you talk to real street dudes, they'll tell you that you can tell the pretenders from the real street guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because real street guys are trying to get out of the game. Real street guys trying to get, they're trying to do drive trucks. They trying to get truck companies. They trying to get real estate. They trying to take that money and flip it. Well, you got the ones that want to be gang members. That's the ones that want to, like a John Morant. You want to flash a gun. You want to make people feel like, oh, I'm this guy. And you're really not, because real guys, I know real street dudes, you would never know they had a gun until it was you was out. It was, and we're not flashing a gun. You ain't gonna know until it's too late. So you can tell that. And a lot of these rappers now are just trying to pretend until they get caught up in the real stuff. See, it's easy to say I'm a gang member, I'm this, I'm that. And then when the feds come and say, no, you finna get 15 to 20. Now that's why you got people like Gunna. You got people that's what deal can I make now to get out of trouble? Well, what happened to that when you was in, what happened to my gang when you was gang banging? Now it's serious. Now you saying, no, let me bag out. So a lot of that's just fake. They want to pay their way into the game so they can look real.
Yeah. It's the era of fakeness. Where is that?
Oh yeah.
The era of
well, I'm a little older than some of these guys, and I couldn't. When the way they self snitch is amazing. Like, I don't see how you can do some stuff and then go to the studio and record yourself saying, "Oh, I did this, I did that." I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what? The era I come from, you did it. You shut up. You got away with it, then you got away with it. But now this era is just, I saw a guy, he was selling drugs and he put the address of where he was selling drugs at on the internet. I'm like, what? Who does that? Like, wait a minute, you advertising on Facebook? So it's, these young guys, I don't get it. A lot of people, they make fun of me. They say, "Phil, you old." Well, I'd rather be old and still here than y'all gang banging and telling on yourself and this and the dead. I'm from Chicago, so that's what this and the dead is popular. This person is like, man, leave that alone. One thing I tell my artists all the time, we're not gonna get into that. Yeah. Now, if you got beef with somebody, you got beef with them, but we're not gonna get to that back and forth internet stuff because that's not real beef.
Yeah. So yeah, what think about that now? Like, the internet beef shit. Is it clout, or is it like? I think it's clout. I think it's really clout. That's what's ruined the culture. I think.
You got that it's okay. So, like, one of my guys, have you ever heard of FBG Duck?
Yeah,
I know you probably heard of that.
Yeah.
Really, really cool guy. Every interview I have, people know that I knew him, so they say, "What?" Duck was. Sometimes you get poked so much where you have to respond.
Yeah.
So he was trying to be like, let me lay back, let me, I don't want to do that. Let me try to bring the peace. But you had people just poking to the point where he responded. And so that internet beef where you going back and forth with people and y'all dissing each other, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm like, if I got beef with you, I got beef with you. And if I see you in the street, then that's how we used to be. If I got beef, we gonna see in the street, we do what we do. And I'm not gonna get on a podcast and be like, hey, I got beef with such and such. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna do this. Really? Like, what happened to bad boy moves in silence? Like, you saying what you gonna do. So I think a lot of that is just clout. Somebody say something and then they fans want to hear what they gotta say. Then they fans want to hear what they gotta say. So we go back and forth. So yeah, a lot of that stuff is clout. Now some of it's real. I know some real niggas. I know some real people do their thing, but a lot of that stuff is just internet clout to get your name. Likes is more important than money right now. I can offer somebody $1,000 or 1,000 likes. They might take the likes.
Right. What do you think about the female artists right now? Like, you're seeing them like getting the spotlight now. Like for the last 2 years, people want to see like nice looking ladies, at the front.
I love it. I think it's about time for the females to come on. I'm actually looking for a female artist right now. So if you any of your female artists out here, hit me up on my because it ain't nothing like a nice, sexy female with a nice voice, either singing or rapping. I'm tired of all this, gang banging, killing each other. Let's get back to the old days where you can listen to a whole album and be like, man, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke on, you chill with your girl, y'all. I'm tired of all the aggressive stuff. Let's go back to that old school.
Yeah, so we need more of that now. So
it's funny you mentioned that. Andre 3000 made a statement on that saying a lot of artists lost the art of making albums.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think about?
It's also the consumers too, because we live in a microwave society now. Nobody wants to sit, like we do a lot of singles and a lot of EPs because I feel like a lot of songs are wasted because you're not gonna listen to the whole album. You may get two or three songs before you on to the next thing. So that's why lately we just been doing like singles, maybe like a four song EP, because it's so microwave now. It's like you gotta keep the attention, because if you don't,
so
they just hit one song and to stop.
There's nothing wrong with making singles, but the thing is, I say this: look, normally back in the day when the talent would be good, right? They would say an album would take maybe more than a year or 3 years or so, right?
Right.
Okay. But during the in-between time, you come up with the singles, right? And all of that and work on the album. Why isn't that like nowadays more or less like that? Like it's just singles. Why can't you come up with a good album? Because look, I came up from the era that, look, up to now, I'm still playing my CDs. I love this classic CDs. I play real hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real talent. So, like, why can't they get back into the craft of making a good album during the time that, meanwhile, you're doing your craft? You get what I mean?
Like, I see what you're saying.
No, I feel you.
You know why I say this? Because we talk to a lot of artists, right? And a lot of them say, "Oh, I got a big catalog." Okay, wait there. You got a big catalog.
It make no sense if
so
it's not
you got a big catalog. So you get
you
what
can
I'm
have a big
saying?
catalog, but it's not getting promoted.
No, but the thing is, they believe that their catalog is not good enough for an album. Some of those songs.
But no album. It's hard to sell an album. That's what we're
I
talking
know
about.
that. I know that.
For you, it doesn't make no sense to sell an album unless you're getting like promoted properly, meaning have a campaign or
But
money.
the thing is, it's like this. But the
behind
thing is, you gotta make like a blueprint. Of course, you gotta be with your team, your manager during this journey of making this album.
Yeah, most
You get
people
what
don't.
I'm saying? You just can't say, "Oh, I'm making an album on your own and done deal."
A lot of people
You
don't
have to have your big team behind it.
Most people don't have a team.
You get what I'm
A
saying?
lot of them don't have a team.
So that's why albums are not coming out.
But
That's
My dad just dropped the album. Mozzie,
yeah,
Bugsy's Way. He just dropped the album. Y'all should go check it out. It's dope. That's one of the guys we signed his label to Easy Street. Um, what I love about him is that he's a young cat, but he has that old soul. Like he loves making albums. Like he'll go like this last album, the Bugsy's Way. It took him over a year to really get down and get dirty and get in the studio and get it done. And you could tell in the art.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we promoting him now. Amazing artist. My artist Tay Hustle.
Yeah.
We working on his album. We working on his album now. Like he got a couple of singles out, but we working on his album. We're just like he said, yeah, like your brother said, we putting a single out and then we working hard behind the scenes. A lot of people be like, y'all not doing nothing. I'm like, just because I'm not talking don't mean we not doing nothing. You know, I feel like it's too much of telling everything first. And then I was like, no, I love to work behind the scenes. I love to be like, oh, y'all not doing nothing. And then we come out with an album. We come out with, some stuff. So yeah, we working on a lot of stuff. So I feel them though. You gotta have that team and working on albums. So we are working on albums. Like we working on EPs and albums, and we just doing it the right way. We're not, we're not telling everything. We're not. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just have to be quiet until it's done.
Yeah, and I feel now how you have to market music is through other areas, because maybe like video games or maybe a commercial or a movie. So
exactly
when you're doing an album, right? This is the smart thing, I think. Maybe I'm giving away some gems. And these days, if you really want to complete an album and get support, get your different tracks, your songs, into different places before you fully release your album. So people could say, "Oh, I heard that song on this commercial." For like a couple months, you don't have to release your album for a year.
All right, you see what you said right there? They do that with movie soundtracks, on certain movie soundtracks.
So for a whole year, you don't have to release your album. And that songs are getting played.
Meanwhile,
movie
say
theaters.
for instance that movie's getting successful, your track is on there, and your album didn't come up yet. You're already getting marketed.
You have a bigger
budget
right.
Movie.
By that time, you could have a bigger budget from one or two songs in a soundtrack or on a commercial. That's where I'm getting at. So you hear your song getting played in a McDonald's commercial.
And imagine that's happening before like your project actually drops.
Right. No. You're absolutely right. That's why I try to keep all the artists in rotation. So if one person is working on an album, we have at least one of the features from the artist on that album. So that means it's still getting heard. So while that's being promoted, we're still working on this other person's album, but you're still being heard by the artist. So by the time your album come around, you're like, oh, let me. I've heard him from your album. Let me get, and we always try to do that so we always stay relevant. No, everybody's on everybody's album. Everybody's on everybody's songs because I want you always to be in rotation, but we still working behind the scenes. And that's what's wrong with a lot of young artists now. They don't understand that it takes time, it takes effort, it takes money.
Work. They're afraid to work, put in the work. That's why
exactly.
A lot of them are lazy.
You know what the reality is now? This is the reality. Every successful artist has to have a team. I don't care what it like. Some people have the illusion that they're by themselves, but none of the main successful, for example, hip hop artists were by themselves. Jay-Z, he had Damon Dash.
Exactly.
Drake, he has his team. Every single I could keep going. Like they all have somebody. Down to even KRS-One, an old school guy. He has somebody around him. But you gotta tell the young artists that they don't believe that. Like I had an artist that was just on my label recently, and I thought everything was good. I thought everything was great. We were working. He had just put his first EP out through us. I thought it was great. And all of a sudden he was like, "Well, I don't want to do it on my contract." And I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Wow.
Like every week, we were doing, what's up? And so I'm a type of person that I'm gonna let you out. If you want out, I'm gonna let you out. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Sound like
make you be somewhere. Make you be somewhere you don't want to be. But I really think the situation was he wanted to do it on his own. He felt like he could do it on his own, and maybe he can. I don't know. Maybe he can, but a lot of these young artists don't understand about having a team and being loyal. You know, they want to get to somebody to get them here, and then they want to jump to the next person, and then they want to jump to the next person. They, you know, a lot of these young guys don't know nothing about loyalty and like, okay, I'm with you, I'm gonna stick with you till we do this, and if we decide to part ways, and that's it. But I think a lot of them now is just jumping. It's like lily pads. They jump to this pad to get this far, and then they jump to this person to get this far, or they want you to tell them all they seek your secrets or what you're doing, and they take that and run with it. You know, oh, let me. Oh, he told me this, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to get that. So that's why a lot of people ask me, well, Phil, give me some advice. I give them what I can, but I'm not gonna give you everything because
Yep.
I worked this hard to get this here. You know, I'm not gonna give it up.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. So yeah, they want the secret sauce easily.
Exactly.
You could work for it though. See, like either way, I used to think like that too as a young artist. I don't need nobody, but as you learn to make it more easier for you, the people who master in the marketing, the people who master in managing like appointments, all those stuff where you can't concentrate on. You have a team around you. Like I said, Drake, one of the biggest artists in the world. What do you think all his friends are on? Right? Right? You notice? People don't know. He has like 5 people to 6 people who's his closest friends from here, Toronto, who's doing all his business. It's like LeBron James too, with Chris Paul and,
Exactly.
and his friends. LeBron
And see,
James,
that's what I love about my artist Say Hustle and James White. I've been working with James for like the last 10 years,
yeah,
and it's loyalty. You know, it's almost like a family. It's like a brothership. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go to war for him. I know he'll go to war for me. So it's easy to work with those type of people because we kind of know what each other thinking. Like me and Tay could be thinking the same thing, and he'll call me and be like, "Hey, bro, I need to." I'm like, "Man, I was just thinking that." You know what I'm saying? Because it's a connection, and that's one thing I try to have with my artists is a connection outside of music. You know what I'm saying? It's not just music. Let's be a family. You know, just like you and your brother. That's
yeah,
your brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all could be thinking the same thing. He call you like, "Oh," be like, "Man," because it's a connection. Like, other than just doing what y'all do. And I do want to say to y'all, man, I'm so proud of you guys. I really appreciate all of the support y'all give us. The platform that y'all have is wonderful. I try to spread y'all platform as much as I can
Thank you.
because we've been rocking for even before
What?
the pandemic.
yeah,
Before the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of the way you guys have. I've seen y'all grow. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be local artists, or not even local, but like small businesses sticking together, helping each other out, promoting when you can, and see the growth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of businesses don't, and I'll even say a lot of black businesses, we don't support the way we should. We don't,
and give
or we
up.
don't say how we feel when you do that. I'm a type of person, I'll say how I feel. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be hating on y'all. I'm gonna say no. I'm proud of y'all.
yeah,
I've seen where y'all came from to where y'all doing now.
yeah,
That's
man.
what you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because some people give up, but we're not in it for like the trend. We're not
No,
giving up. We're for the culture, and we're gonna get
Exactly.
stronger.
man.
We're gonna get more stronger until
Like
we
I
go
always
like,
said this. I always said this. One of the reasons why I do this is because I'm a fan of all music. You
Right.
know what I mean?
and I
And
like
this
educate.
is my way of showing back contribution of not only just listening
And
music
not
and
just
all of
music,
that.
even
You know,
educating, because we call
educate,
it
yeah,
edutainment now.
edutainment.
Edutainment.
Yeah,
So we
I
talk about
like that. I like that.
even
I
so.
like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. We'll be talking about social issues too. A hip hop inspired platform. That's what
Exactly.
we
Right.
do.
And not
But you
only
know what?
that, the extra is saying, yo, we talked to that artist, we do this one, and especially if they grew and we're like, wait there. Yo, they grew. You know that we got an old interview with that artist there? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
At least we could say
That
that.
could happen.
You
Yeah.
get what I mean? And they've been like on the rise and stuff. That's another reason why too.
That's it.
You
Yeah, you
know?
never know.
You never know.
And then that platform, I love you guys as a platform because, like you said, you don't discriminate. It's not just, oh,
Nope.
we like this type of music or this
Nope.
type of thing. No, everybody is welcome. And that's why I say
Right.
I'll promote y'all as much as I can because I'm like, hey, because if y'all get on, I want to say one day, man, look at that. I did a couple interviews with them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Right.
Yeah, man. That's how we keep working and we keep. Right now, the main thing is production.
Yeah.
A
yeah,
production networking to get your stuff on another level. Like what people look
Right.
for record deals, you look for a production deal.
That's why we keep
Right.
on content
Something
creating,
you keep
content
creating
creation.
content, and maybe you might get sponsored by just say Spotify or where else? There's so much of the different streaming companies. It could be Twitch, right? Maybe it's Twitch, or it could be iHeartRadio. See, I'm saying iHeartRadio. You know what I mean?
Right.
Any of those you could get sponsored by as what
Right.
we do. And if you get sponsored by them, you're on all radio like commercials. You're probably hosting at festivals. You're getting flown out to here and there.
Right.
That's what you want.
No,
Trust
but
me.
that's dope though.
Drop the gems. For a content creator, it's the content creator time era now. That's why you have all these
Yeah.
different things now going on.
All these yeah.
All these platforms, Patreon. You got now they got Rumble. This thing called Rumble. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Rumble is more like you could do anything on it. It's like going because of the what's going on now, of the filtering on the internet now. Like they have
All the restrictions.
restrictions they're trying to bring
Right.
on it. So now you have to get a Patreon or a Rumble where it's more like rated R. You get what I mean? Anything goes
Right.
more.
No, no, I feel you. I feel you.
But the podcast is good because it goes through all of that. You could there's all types of podcasts where people have their opinions, and that's what I like about it. You get what I mean? Different
Yeah.
subjects, different subjects. It's like what we're talking about music right now, and the artists and the music business. Like people like to hear about that shit because, like right now,
Right.
since YouTube will be on Apple later, will be on Spotify, all these platforms where people could
The bottom line
They
is
might have-
building up the algorithm,
Yeah, building
through
up
all these platforms.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now when I say Down to Earth podcast to anybody, like, where's it on? It's on everything, man. What do you mean? Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and I keep going, and then like, whoa, yeah, it's on Google thing too. Just go on Google and you see it's all there. And then like,
Right.
whoa, yeah, algorithm. That's it.
That's
You
it.
I want the future. I want some athletes, right?
Yeah, man.
I want some actors,
Yup.
politician. If I
Yup.
want to start to get, that's the future of Down to Earth. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again because they're gonna hear it. Actresses,
Yup.
actors, athletes,
That's right.
some politicians.
Anybody who is serious
Educated.
about their craft and consistent about it, and they're serious about it, we're serious about them.
Exactly.
Put it that way.
Exactly.
As long as you're doing something, you have to be doing something.
Right. You gotta be doing it right.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you're not doing something, you better be very intelligent, educated. That you have something interesting to say to us, and we can learn.
Right.
We can learn from you.
Exactly,
Right?
man.
Because like I said, we don't. You seen how we develop. We don't just depend on interviews. We have our own cast. We talk about all types of issues. You know, universal.
You know, I'm gonna have to get my auntie on here. Her name is Sandra.
Yeah.
She has a soap company. It's Sandra Soaps,
Okay.
and she makes great soaps for people with dry skin.
All right.
If you have eczema, she creates her own soap, like organic, naturally,
Yeah.
and she's doing really good. So I'm gonna definitely give her information because I have dry skin,
Yeah.
and she gave me some of the soap. I don't know the name of it, but it really helped my skin.
Man.
So we definitely have to get her on here. She's really good. She's out in Arizona, and she has her own little on the weekend. She has like a little area where everybody comes. It's like kind of like a festival thing every weekend.
Yeah.
And she has it. She's really interesting. It's really dope how she makes it. So I'm definitely gonna send it y'all way.
Is shea butter? Is shea butter?
It's shea butter.
Is shea butter probably?
Yeah, she got shea butter, and then she makes actual soaps where it helps with people. If you got oily skin, it helps it. If you have dry skin, she has different names of it, and it's really, and just the creative part of it. I went to her little shop she has in Arizona, and I'm like, wow, I was amazed. I'm like, I didn't even know you could do all this. Like, you know how she makes it. So yeah, I definitely have to get on there. She needs that push that you guys have because
Man, we want business entrepreneurs. Yeah, entrepreneurs too. Yeah.
right.
because everybody has their story and their journey of what they created to, like their passion. It's a business, but they created it, right? So
Yep. So her website is sandrasoaps.com. Anybody that need it,
sandrasoaps.com.
sandrasoaps.com. Yep.
Check it out. Yeah, a lot of people need that stuff right now for their skin.
Yes.
People have
Because a lot of stuff they doing now with the body washes, oh man, it's horrible.
yeah, people could be allergic to that shit and everything.
Exactly.
But yo, man, like, anyways, Easy Street, man. Much respect for coming through, man. Like, been some
Man,
time.
I appreciate you guys. Look, we got the Bugsy Way album out. We got Tate Hustle, his new single. Jordan Flow 92 Jordan Flow is out now. Y'all copy. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We're gonna keep y'all in touch. We're gonna keep y'all in tune. ESMG for life. ESMG, the letter 4, the number 4, life.com is the website. Easy Street Music is the Instagram. Man, just support us, man, because we love making music for the people, and we gonna keep doing it. I appreciate you guys for always giving the platform to get on here.
Yeah.
I appreciate all y'all support since day one.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So we just gonna keep going.
Working, and we're gonna have some of the artists, some of the Easy Street artists up on here.
Yeah, we're gonna get them on here because we got some stuff. We got some good stuff coming out.
Let's try to set up a conference with some of your Easy Street music families. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, just let us know. We keep in touch.
We could have a whole bunch of peeps on here at the same time.
Yeah.
For sure. And we're gonna definitely have to get you guys out to Vegas, man. Y'all gonna have to get on here.
Yeah.
For sure, man. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I ended up here as the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry, and I approve this message nationwide.
Big Phil, bless up
Big
Easy
Phil,
Street.
it's been a
Music
pleasure.
Man, y'all stay easy, man.
Don't know, we are signing out.
Respect.